It may not look like much, but it's being touted as the next generation of robots. Its creator, Dr. Kumar Ramohalli, says it will make R2-D2 a thing of the past. What makes it unique, instead of machine design concepts, it's based on biology.
We don't have motors or gears or levers in our bodies, we move it with muscles. And a new development took place where by applying an electrical current, wires could move and generate enormous forces much like human muscles.
Called biomorphic robot with distributed power or BiRod, it moves with muscle wires. When an electrical current is run through them, they contract. When cooled, they expand.
At this particular moment, we are still using the conventional way of powering it, which is electricity, generated with photovoltaic cells, for example, on Mars or here. But eventually, it could also work on simple heat, and that would indeed be much, much better. Or reject heat, like in an automobile radiator, where you're anyway wasting the heat, you could use that too. So that's what will happen later. And then
what Dr. Ramohalli envisions someday, BiRods exploring outer space. He says they can be used for all kinds of missions on planets, moons, and asteroids.
The first thing is that we want to send them out to explore areas where it's not safe or too expensive or too dangerous to send human beings. One, of course, would be to Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, or moons of Jupiter and Saturn, etc. Or on our own Earth for to dangerous sites, like volcanic eruptions or fire hazards, etc.
Although BiRod doesn't look very sophisticated, it's far more efficient than other robots, especially for space exploration. For one thing, without all the hardware, it's lighter.
By the way, you will see that there is absolutely nothing under the hood. That's the beauty of it. No motors, no gears, no levers. It works completely on the principle of muscle wires, and that way we can load a lot of scientific instruments in the empty space here. That's what it's all about.
And because there are fewer parts, there's less chance of it breaking down.
Even if one leg should not work, the other three legs would still work, much like in a human being or an animal, and you would get back data. That's how they're better. They're more reliable, they're lighter, and they can also last a lot longer.
But what really sets BiRod apart from its predecessors is the power it has.
My favorite line is what R2-D2 used to do. And it did not have the ability to generate the power surges when you need it, which is fine, but there are some operations you simply cannot perform without the power surges. Like, for example, crushing a rock, or drilling deep, or hopping over an obstacle, or rising to a mother craft which is waiting for you. Those things you simply cannot do with a small amount of power. No amount of energy will do the job. And no robot to this day has been able to generate the power surge, whereas this is the robot that can do that.
Dr. Ramohalli came up with the idea for BiRod a few years ago during his sabbatical. Now, not only is NASA interested in BiRod, but this biotechnology is sparking a nerve with researchers all over the country.
You see the way the robots are going to go, and NASA and other government and industry recognize it. The very first workshop in this area was held in 1998 August. It's called Biology Inspired Robots, and that's going to be the wave of the future. And they have recognized it, and lots of people are trying to imitate insects and birds and animals and how we can learn from them.